Alright, what is up? Here we go with part 16 of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and let's just go for it. Alright, so we ended it by searching out a bunch of random spots that Anevia sent us after. So now I was kind of stuck on what the hell to do as far as some of this. Storyteller needs 5 vials of magic essence. Visit the abandoned Houndheart's camp. Ellen and his friends rushed from their camp to aid Canabris during the demon attacks. When the city is no longer in danger, there will be time to visit the camp. The ring must be there. Yeah, when the city's not in danger, we're not to that yet. Visit the nameless ruins. This was also something that is not marked on the map at all. And this, the Dragon's Fate. Let's see. Turandalev's scale shed some light on the fate of the Protector of Canabris, but much remains unknown. To learn the full story, find something else that once belonged to Turandalev. Okay, so that's just gonna be something that we happen to find along our path. But so also with all of these, find Aranka, the Desnan singer. That might be our best bet. Wait for the liberation of Canabris. Prelate Herland's soldiers have joined the Crusaders. How many people are still out there? So we can search out people to join. It's sounding like it might be a good idea to go back to the square thing. Let's go there. The market square maybe might be a good idea. Evade if we can. Hold on. Yeah, this is still marked, but let's go here. So yeah, I guess with here we're gonna let's just kind of search for people and shit like that, I guess. People that might can join. Also, we can look for some of that magic stuff. Go search out this corner a bit. Nah.
Can we rest, please?
Oh, yeah.
Tired.
You're right, we do need to rest. Okay, we'll do that real quick. Let's do a rest right here. Alright, begin resting. So, let's continue looking through some of this shit.
I'm gone.
Nothing out that way. Pick the lock.
I hope you appreciate this.
Loot. Scroll of Cure Light Wounds. Definitely need some of that. I guess I really just want to check the like the main square area again. And then otherwise we can go back to the heart. Yeah, let's check around here. I'm curious, what is this? Can we go right here? Rare roots. Do have some people over here. Just random people. Elemental essence. We need magic essence. Well, we can grab that too, I suppose. Alright, let's go back out this way. Search the bodies. Kind of search around the edges. See what this one is. Incense, shining scale. See what's out this way. Something. Just an area exit. Let's check around a little bit up here, I guess. I think I remember this spot. Yeah, I can't do anything up here. Alright. Can we... Let's go here. I guess we just need to leave. Level of corruption. This is your current level of corruption. Corruption growth with each day of rest. There's 3 levels. Different locations might have different corruption growth. Rest in a safe location to remove all corruption. Okay. I guess let's leave. Fuck. Let's go back here. It's the only place highlighted. Still just kind of lost on what the hell we can do right now. Honestly, I'm lost. Alright, let's fight.
For debates.
Kill him.
Surrender or else. I'll cut you wide open.
Out of my sight! You've crossed the wrong mongrel! Aim carefully.
Damn.
Did you see that?
That dude took a lot of hits. Alright, let's go out here. Let's check their bodies too. Scroll of Haze of Dreams. Scroll of Ray of Sickening. Alright, let's leave. See. Loot. Yeah, nothing. Get there. I guess what I want to do is just kind of check out different people we can talk to here. We've talked to Herlin already. Is there anything else we could talk to him about? Remind me who you are again. I find it passing strange that you don't already know who I am. I am Herlin Shepik, prelate of the Canabrus, inquisitor by the grace of Iomade, defender of the city by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, against threats from within and without. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? You must not be from these parts, or you wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No, by trickery. Were it not for me, Canabris would have gone the same way long ago, captured out from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then, and I had just joined the Crusade. Back then, Canabris didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted could just roll into the city. Oh, yeah, I remember this. We've already read this, so we'll skip this. I have to go. Yeah, that was a waste of time. Shit, dude, I'm lost. Straight loss. I guess we can try to go back to the Great Garrison, but let's go back inside for a minute though. Eagle Watch. Alright, we'll go in. Is there anyone? Who is this? Who are you? What'll it be? Show me what you have. Oh, here goes some potions. We finally found where we can buy some shit. Let's get, definitely some of this. Grab a bunch of those. I have 6,000 something. Alright, let's get all of these then. Give me them all. Potion of Cure Moderate Wounds. Give me all of those as well. Yep, give me them all. Except... Alright, so I also did want to go back here and drop off some shit, because we're slammed with shit in our inventory. Let's get rid of, like, a lot of these weapons. Most of these weapons. Yeah. And get rid of a lot of this shit. Can hold on to some of that. Got a bunch of scrolls. We just need to start using these. And notables. Yeah, I don't know. What can we do with it, actually? What can we do with these? Copy recipe. Okay, so if we do that, copy recipe, then we can at least clear some of those out. Alright. Let's find someone we can get some info out of or something. Who is this? Let's talk to this person. Ah. Nothing. Let's talk to Pink Eye. What about Idara? I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jiska legionaries from the last war and the Crusaders, the perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of wall-balanced war machine. Not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again, why am I supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice? Quietly listen to the discussion. If those gist of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? I would love to see you storm a 60-foot tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. And I'll have you know, these fortifications were defended by Jiskin priest craftsmen, armed with demon-bound war machines. They use the enemies you could not defeat as mindless weapons. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? Who are you? I am Indara, a warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare from Garand. I admit that I am mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I'm willing to accept that this is due to Avistan's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. You've come a long way to be here. I like to think of myself as an inhabitant of Galorian, and I don't narrowly identify with any country in particular. Why did you come here? To witness a legendary war, the confrontation between denizens of a plane famous for its love of violence and the crusaders from every continent, united by the common goal of defending their home, an epic struggle of colossal proportions that hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside. Looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. I disagree. The Crusaders are doing a commendable job at resisting the demons. Let's go with that. I disagree. The Crusaders are doing a commendable job at resisting the demons. Oh yes, and the situation we have found ourselves in can attest to that. But then again, demons are no better. Their preferred strategy also involves brute strength, mindless assault, and unfounded confidence in their superiority. Why don't you join the Crusaders and show them how fighting should be done? No, I am a historian, an analyst, a theorist. Do you know what these three words have in common? They describe a mortal woman who does not participate in the conflict upon which her thesis will be founded. But then again, I will hardly be able to describe this mess as anything other than a feeble likeness of the last war of Jistka. The more dangerous the upcoming scuffle is, the more motivated we are to find clever and pretty words to justify not actually doing the fighting. What is this last war that you mentioned? The last war of Jitska, of course, a large-scale conflict that took place 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. It was a war against the Osirian pharaoh of forgotten plagues, the war that ended the legendary Jistka Imperium, an epic struggle that became the most vibrant page in military history. Alas, all conflicts that followed it were a pale shadow, including the one I am witnessing here. Why do you find the last war of Jistka so inspiring? Imagine legions of golems imbued with extra-planar spirits marching into battle. Imagine flying cities that swoop out of the clouds like terrifying monsters, birds of prey, to drop forces on top of enemy castles. Picture gigantic mechanisms powered by captive and very angry demons and devils. Imagine standing in the warpath of walking citadels or having to cover your ears to block out the sound of cannons loaded with shrieking elementals. Finally, imagine the ultimate weapon that defeated the Jitska, the deadly Night Plague. This affliction was an attack dog, a trained epidemic, a tamed pestilence, striking only those who its master wanted to kill. Imagine all these terrors and understand that no flight of fancy can even come close to the horror of the nightmares that they made real. How do you know so much about Jitska's last war? I can say without false modesty that there is no more authoritative researcher on Galorian when it comes to the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. I've dedicated my whole life to this subject. I've personally visited old battlefields and studied the most mysterious and forbidden archives containing chronicles of ancient wars, sometimes risking my life in the process. I saw a fallen sky city of the Shori Empire with my own eyes. I ripped out the control crystals from an exterminator class combat golem that guarded a Jitska laboratory with my own hands. These fingers held the glass flask that the servants of Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues used to create the first generation of pestilence that devastated the Jitska Imperium. How do I know so much? I saw and touched everything I am telling you about. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. A debate? Oh, I will be happy to prove that the current conflict can't hold a candle to the last war of Jitska. Very well, the last war of Jitska was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. Compared to Jitska, we are but stone club-wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with a few words of wise counsel from Dagon, an advisor of the Pharaoh of the Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. A gadfly sees the ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but crimson fever takes them both. Okay. So we got a couple of choices here. The events of the past are rooted in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you fail to grasp. Okay, knowledge. The principles of war are always the same. Weapons, causes, and resources may change, but the foundation remains immutable. I kind of like the diplomacy. Let's go with that one. Succeeded. Of course, I am not trying to diminish the importance of current events. What I am trying to say is that from the standpoint of history and true importance of these developments won't become obvious until later. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there is a certain truth beneath your skeptical statements. History is a complex discipline rooted in fact and an evidentiary base that grows ever more meager the farther the described period is from the present moment. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith, the way Crusaders embellish their tales of slaying a single Brahmarak by adding a dozen Balers, for example, I could win this debate. But I am above such things, and therefore I'm forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. Have you changed your mind about joining the Crusaders? I'm sure you would have been able to expound on your arguments in a longer discussion. Have you changed your mind? I don't see the point. You Crusaders appear to be quite confident in your skills. If nothing else, you've presented your arguments to me with extreme confidence. This is a worthy blade. It will be of use not only for the strong, but also for the wise. Okay, got a Claw of Jidska. And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. It's about time I got back to my research. Stay safe. Okay. See you later. Alright, see who else we can talk to. Who is this? Greetings, I am Helor, Venture Captain of the Pathfinder Society. Here, I'm not worried about him right now, actually. Let's talk to Erebeth. What is our main objective? You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss. Okay. Alright. Dude, I am so lost on what the hell to do. The Burning City. Let's try Great Garrison again, I guess.
Just be careful.
Won't let me go there. See, I've talked to Erebeth. She doesn't talk about this shit at all. We're missing something here. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's kind of annoying. Let's go down to the basement. What the hell did that do? Who we got out here? A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost. His arm wrapped in blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Do you need help? Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a restless, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. Who are you? My name is Forn Autumn Hayes. I've come here from Keonan because I am a hunter, and all minions of evil are my quarry. I won't say more than that, if you don't mind. We are strangers and of different races and cultures. I'd rather not tell you more than is necessary. Who wounded you? A sinner and a accomplice to demons. The quarry I am hunting in this inhospitable place. I am Wormhowl. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who's your quarry here in Mendev? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kalissa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to capture her in Canabras, and I wounded her. The demons appeared, and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently. Yeah. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with the great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared when next we meet. I wish to aid you in your hunt. I'd like to know more about you. I wish to aid you in your hunt. Yeah. I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manners of terrors of my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kalessa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil. The darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It is warped. The agate skin, the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more monster than elf at this point. What does this Kalessa look like? The outcast. Got something else we can do here. Her skin is dark. Her hair, preternaturally white. Her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which to my dismay, I've come to know from experience, but bright light causes her kind of pain. I used an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash, and she cried out as if I had stabbed her. Okay. Good fortune to you. See, I don't... Like, it gives me that, but it probably doesn't tell me where to fucking find her, right? Hiding in Canabras. He described her remarkable appearance, gray hair, dark skin. Yeah. I don't like that this game doesn't point you out and where the hell to go. It's too vast, too big to just be trying to go search out shit like what the hell I'm trying to do right now. Let's go outside.
Tread lightly.
Just kind of search out up here and shit. Nothing. Nope. Alright. Let's fucking go down here, I guess. Who's this? Jordan Vane. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Show me your wares. What? I don't know what the hell that is. Do you know everyone in Canabras by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know the people who might need my services. A blacksmith work isn't just at the anvil, you know? Okay, so he's a blacksmith. Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yep, where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the world wound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it, he brings it back to me, I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. If you know who's who in the city, maybe you could tell me something about Count Arande? I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm the one who found it. In a way, the Arandes are very wealthy in ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Canabras. That's where the Arande family's seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendev was ever feuding with Sarkaris, or some clan from there was causing trouble, the Count and Countess Arande were the one who would defend the border with their soldiers. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day north of here on the road toward Dresden, but no one lives there now. Around 10 or so years ago, there was a grand celebration held at the estate. The mother and the guardian of the current Count invited the great and the good to celebrate his birthday. The entire Arande clan was there, as well as many other nobles, and then, without warning, the demon struck. Clearly, they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many of Mendev's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the queen herself would make an appearance, for she was related to the count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced open the gates and discovered a manor full of corpses. They all perished, the servants, the guards, the guests, including some of Iomede's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which hadn't been seen before or since, and among all this was young Darren Arande, the only survivor. The Count had a talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die along with the rest. He couldn't explain how he survived the disease. I saw him that day when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings, so that's the story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned, sailed off to the outside world. People are still afraid to go near that place. How was Thornton to blame for the fall of Dresden? Why do you have your forge here? Let's go with this one. I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking, and that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of old Sarkaris and thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Wormhow. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Galorian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garin, Tien, Xia. I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. The banner that had been carried into battle by Amade herself back when she was still human. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible. Or so we thought. But then the world wound steadily expanded. The demons launched a whole new onslaught and folk started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city and its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomedae herself. And the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on the unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. As you can guess, That officer was called Staunton Vane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon, it was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabras, too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off tryst with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day. Looking at his plight, so that's the story. What do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal, but I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Alright, I have to go. Turok watches over you. If you need something from me, don't be afraid to stop by. Okay. What do you have? Weapons? A bunch of the shit I've been finding. Newest to oldest. Alright, I'm not really worried about that. Dude. Go ahead and do a save. Let's exit. So there was one thing. Chili Creek, is that something that's on the map? I don't think so, but kind of desperate for something to fucking do. No. Nope. It is not. Shit, dude. There's nothing marked. The only place that's marked is here, but very, very stuck. And I don't like it. I don't like when games do shit like this. Just like, tell me where the hell to go. Alright, I straight up looked up something about the Burning City. Let's go to the Market Square. So for the Burning City, it says find a secret entrance to the Great Garrison. And that's apparently at the Market Square, so let's go there. Alright, so looking for some people here. I'm looking at a guide on the internet. It says there's someone up here. We're gonna have to find a way across though. Which is, where the hell are we? Not there. It's an area exit. Let's go up here.
Thanks, Lan. You're awesome, Lan.
Up here. They're not here though. Which means we've already talked to them. Probably.
Be careful.
Scrawny tiefling. This is some kind of bug. Somebody help, please save me. Is that you? I'm begging you, get me out of here, please. Those rats left me here to rot, but you can save me. Alright, I'll help you. You easily clear the rubble and free the trapped tiefling. You've performed a good action. Good. Phew, I'm alive. I'm actually alive. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. That way leads to the cellar of the great Garrison. We stashed a few crates of some real good booze in there. I'm not going back in there, no way. But if you're crazy enough to do it, take whatever you want. Cheers. Oh, we found fine secret entrance to Great Garrison. Fuck yes. We finally actually got something done in this episode. Alright. Well, so long. I'm gonna get the hell away from these bloody ruins as fast as I can, and you should do the same. Thanks again for helping me out. Alright. Let's... Now we have to just discuss the attack plan. We're gonna call it here, though. We're gonna do a save, and oh my god, dude, I thought I was never gonna figure anything out with this, but it's kind of frustrating. I think the developer should. I think there should at least be an option for pointing you in the direction for this shit, rather than just wandering aimlessly until you find something. That's kind of annoying. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. Send some video game recommendations down in the comments section, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.